Right now at 10, Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt signs a Texas-style ban on abortions. Plus, leaked Supreme Court documents show the future of Roe v. Wade could be in jeopardy. And a historic 4 states television program is inducted into the Missouri Southern Broadcasting Hall of Fame.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Abortions are now banned in Oklahoma after a fetal heartbeat is detected. This is KOAM News at 10. Governor Kevin Stitt today signed a Texas-style abortion ban prohibiting abortions when a heartbeat is detected in the fetus. Experts say that's typically about 6 weeks into a pregnancy before some women know they are pregnant. Like the Texas law, it also allows private citizens to sue abortion providers or anyone who helps a woman obtain an abortion for up to $10,000. U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts has ordered an investigation into the leak of a draft opinion that suggests the Supreme Court will overturn Roe v. Wade, the landmark ruling that legalized abortion nearly a half-century ago. Reporter Skylar Henry is outside the Supreme Court with the latest.
Protests and praise have followed the publication of a Supreme Court draft opinion on abortion.
If it goes in the direction that this leaked copy has indicated, it rocks my confidence in the court right now.
The draft, leaked to Politico, indicates the court is prepared to overturn the rights established by its Roe v. Wade ruling in 1973. It was written in February by Associate Justice Samuel Alito in a case challenging Mississippi's ban on abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. Alito wrote, "Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. It's time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives."
If this decision holds, it's really quite a radical decision.
President Biden said the draft opinion could affect other rights.
It would mean that every other decision relating to the notion of privacy is thrown into question.
On Tuesday, Chief Justice John Roberts issued a statement confirming the document's authenticity while noting it's not a final decision. Roberts also expressed dismay at the leak, calling it a betrayal that would be investigated.
If a crime was committed, the Department of Justice must pursue it completely.
The Supreme Court is expected to issue its final ruling by the end of June or early July. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
A CBS News poll found that only 38% of Americans are in favor of overturning Roe v. Wade. 62% said it should be allowed to stand. Even though it was calm today, there might be some changes on the way. Nick Kelly joining us.
At the very least, though, you are right, Chris, about today. Calm, sure, but a lot of cloud cover kept us chilly as far as May standards are concerned. We actually had a midnight high of 61 degrees. Then we dropped back into the upper 40s this morning, 47 at Joplin Regional. And Muscle Dust pretty much sat in the middle to upper 50s throughout the course of the afternoon. But even with a lot of cloud cover, we stayed dry. That's not going to be the case for long, though, because our next system at the surface and upstairs, building to the southwest and the west, all of that ready to head in our direction. At the very least, we're starting the overnight in the dry note, but you can see by 7 a.m. as you dip back into the middle to upper 40s for most, we're going to see scattered showers picking up from south to north. And then we'll see more periods of increasing showers and thunderstorms during the day tomorrow with highs near 62. And then we got the potential, Chris, of more flooding rainfall that we don't need and a couple severe threats we're tracking too. We'll break it all down for everybody here in a few.
All right, Nick, thank you. A judge sentences a Coffeyville man to prison for a shooting death. Ruben Ruiz Robles is sentenced to a maximum of 32 months for the April 2021 death of Chris Temple in Coffeyville. As part of a deal, Ruiz Robles pleaded no contest to involuntary manslaughter in the case. The prosecutor dropped the original charge of first-degree murder after 2 key witnesses chose not to testify on the state's behalf. A judge in Jasper County sentences a man to multiple terms of life in prison for child sex crimes. Daniel Chavez was found guilty of 4 counts of statutory sodomy, 1 count of child molestation, 1 count of attempted statutory sodomy, and 2 counts of furnishing pornographic material to a minor. All 4 of the statutory sodomy charges carry a life sentence. The rest of the sentences will run concurrent to those sentences. This week marks the start of National Tourism Week. One of the main tourist attractions in the country is Route 66. Today, a tourist group of 25 people from the Czech Republic stopped in Joplin today touring Route 66. Their trek started in Illinois and will end in Santa Monica, California. The group's president says he can't pick a favorite spot along the route.
Oh, no, I have no favor on Route 66 because the favorite is all Route 66 together. No place are. I cannot prefer any place. All is good together.
The Czech Route 66 Association will make the trip back across Route 66 later this month, starting in California and ending in Illinois. A piece of four-state TV history will be forever remembered. Missouri Southern, the university's Regional Broadcasting Hall of Fame tonight, inducted the program Melody Matinee. Melody Matinee aired for more than 30 years on KOAM. It featured a long list of musical performers who became local legends. Dale Switzer, who produced our recent documentary on the program, says Melody Matinee and its host Lou Martin captured the spirit of the four states.
You're always going to see something that you would probably like. It's an eclectic show. And even play music I like from time to time.
Former executive editor of the Joplin Globe, Carol Stark, was also inducted into the Hall of Fame. A McDowell County elementary school is working to increase enrollment of preschoolers and kindergarten-age children. White Rock Elementary in Pineville says kindergarten enrollment is down this year compared to most years. Now, teachers are reaching out to parents of young kids to make sure their students are enrolled. School officials say it's important to know class sizes early so educators can plan ahead.
I love his service. One more phone call.
In Pittsburgh, our staff members at Meadowlark Elementary in Pittsburgh, they're showing their appreciation for one another. One staff member came up with a game called Survivor for teachers and staff to play this week. Each day, staff members spin a wheel with different challenges on it for prizes. Those challenges include things like recreating pictures of animals, leaving a nice note for someone, or even doing a dance.
As a building, we're trying to earn 400 points, and then we get a bonus day of activity. And today's been our first day, and so far they're loving it. They're having so much fun.
At the end of the week, a grand prize will be handed out to the game's winner. But coming up, the Department of Homeland Security extends the work permits of thousands of migrants, plus how weight loss surgery has been shown to reduce the health risks of obesity. Thousands of immigrants in the United States will automatically have their work permits extended for at least 6 more months. The Department of Homeland Security says the move is to address the backlog of renewals. Immigrants allowed to work in the U.S. must renew their work permits on a regular basis. The office estimates around 87,000 applicants are up for renewal now or soon will be, and the process often takes years to complete. U.S. labor market remained volatile in March. Federal government reports a record 4.5 million workers quit their jobs that month. That increased most significantly in the professional and business services sector as well as construction. Meanwhile, available jobs also rose, climbing to 11.5 million. That's the highest level since the data series began in December of 2000. Millions of Americans struggle with obesity. Having too much body fat can lead to a number of potentially deadly health conditions, but a recent study suggests weight loss surgery may help lower some of those risks. Reporter Mandy Gaither has more on the findings.
Heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and some cancers, all leading causes of early preventable death in the U.S. and conditions facing millions of Americans who are obese.
A lot of patients with obesity try several things to lose weight, lifestyle modifications, various medications, and the success rate is limited.
A study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology studied Medicare beneficiaries who were obese and underwent weight loss surgery. Researchers found the surgery was linked to a significantly lower risk of heart attack, new onset heart failure, stroke, even death. Cleveland Clinic cardiologist Dr. Amgad Mintius is the study's lead author.
There is evidence that the effects of obesity on our body is reversible when patients undergo metabolic surgery when they lose the weight and keep it off and lead a healthy lifestyle.
Mentius says the results were consistent among all patients studied, whether the person had diabetes or not, and regardless of age. He says even those between the ages of 65 and 75 saw benefits from weight loss surgery, though it's often deemed inappropriate for that age group.
They have an option, and this option is safe and also is very effective in reducing their weight and also in reducing the future risk of having adverse cardiovascular outcomes.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The researchers say keeping weight off through a healthy lifestyle after bariatric surgery is key to lowering health risks. Well, scientists are developing a new type of lab-grown human milk for babies. BioMilk with a Q, a startup based in North Carolina, says it's on track to create infant milk generated with human tissue. It's made with cells from donated mother's milk along with breast tissue. The lab then grows those cells and incubates them in a reactor that mimics the environment found in a breast. A little later, how members of a Kansas community came together to help a teacher whose home was destroyed in a tornado.
But first, we have rain chances, thunderstorm chances, and a few severe threats to go over. We'll do just that next. Even though we got plenty of active weather lining up, we kept things dry throughout much of the day. In fact, it's still looking dry from our live shot of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort outside of Seneca, Missouri. In fact, all across the area. It's cloudy for sure, but we kept things dry during the day as we went throughout our Tuesday. Upper 60s at the most for afternoon highs yesterday before the last cold front came on in. Then after a midnight high around 61, we dropped into the 40s this morning. Mid to upper 50s was the best that most of us could do, and we're still holding that relative territory for the most part, thanks to cloudy skies up top overall. 54 now in Joppa with an east breeze at 6. The humidity starting to climb back up now at 75%. We have lower to middle 50s across a good portion of the area, maybe a few spots like Sedan and Miami trying to hold on near 56, but I think we can get a few breaks in the clouds tonight to allow temperatures to drop back into mainly the mid to upper 40s for most. But a lot of cloud cover, thankfully nothing underneath the clouds for now showing up on the radar. But after all the rain we've seen ever since Friday and yesterday for sure, more's on the way. That's why all these flood watches are out until Thursday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, all because of our next storm system on the way in. It's not on top of us just yet. We're just sitting underneath a lot of cloud cover going into the overnight hours. But here's where the next system is. We got the warm front from Colorado working down into Texas and Louisiana. A cold front we'll have to contend with on Thursday. And then upstairs, we got the upper low coming out of Utah. All of those coming into play, and it starts as early as tomorrow morning. Again, we're dry right now, plenty of cloud cover for sure, but once we get after 3 o'clock in the morning, you can see how the future track once. Scattered showers to start picking up from south to north, scattered in nature. Not everyone's going to deal with rain to start the morning drive out, but will not hurt to grab the rain gear as we get your Wednesday morning underway. With again temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, a few spots around 50, sure, but this time around we'll have some periods of dry time and then periods of scattered rain and thunderstorms. During the day, none of these rain and thunderstorm chances should be severe, but they can certainly pack in a punch with some moderate to maybe some heavy pockets of rain at times. With some breaks in the action though, I do think we can go from 47 in the morning, 57 by noon in Joplin, and topping out right around 62. Then the question becomes, how fast can the rain clear out and the advancing warm front gets closer to us to help destabilize the atmosphere? The expectation is for some destabilization to occur going into Wednesday evening and Wednesday night into the overnight hours on Thursday. You can see how the future track once an eventual complex of storms mainly affecting green country in northeastern Oklahoma, but will be graced or get a glimpse of some of these strong to severe thunderstorms throughout early Thursday morning. So that is going to be our next best shot for any severe weather, mainly a low severe threat. You can see how it clips much of northeastern Oklahoma from 7 o'clock tomorrow evening until 3 a.m. Thursday. Wind and hail are the biggest issues and certainly more heavy rainfall. Then I want to quickly show you Thursday. We'll get a break in the action Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon with highs in the lower 70s, but that's ahead of the next cold front with another shot for rain and storms that once they work into mainly southwestern Missouri, that's another low severe threat late Thursday afternoon going into Thursday night. But one more quick map I did want to show everybody. The rain When it clears out by Friday, we could be looking at 1 to possibly 4 inches of rain in total, so plenty to keep an eye on for the next few days for sure. 62 tomorrow, 71 Thursday, drying out for much of the weekend, Chris, pushing 85 by Mother's Day, and then another shot of potentially severe weather by next Tuesday.
We've mentioned it before, but it's certainly a busy next several days. Even though we get this break on the weekend, we still got a lot to get through here.
Yeah, but Michael Hayslip, Doug Hattie, and myself will be on top of it.
Absolutely. And of course, you can stay on top of it with that Skywatch weather app at any time. So make sure you download it. There it is. Get that Skywatch weather app now. People in Andover, Kansas, a suburb of Wichita, are picking up the pieces after that EF3 tornado ripped through the town. A teacher there lost his home during the tornado, but the community rallied to help him. Reporter TJ Cleland has more.
As the tornado rolled through Andover late Friday night, it destroyed Jacob Britton's home.
It's a very frightening thing when you know that you've got a direct hit and you don't know what it's going to be upstairs.
Britton and his wife hid from the storm in a storage closet in their basement. When they came back out, they were devastated to find what was left of their home.
We used to have, our wall back here was TV, couch here. I think that's our wall that was there. Somehow something went through the window and punched through the wall. We actually had a fence post. We took it out, but a fence post was in our wall through right there.
Britton just started teaching in Andover Central 2 years ago, and already his students and coworkers are rallying around him to help with the damage.
And even the night of, I had a former student from down the street just screaming my name, checking on me, and helped me out of my house. So
Britton's students say they've already made a lasting connection with their teacher.
I know I could go to him if I had anything I need to talk about, and not just school related, and I know a lot of kids feel that way.
And now, as Britton picks up the pieces of what remains, his students are doing whatever they can to pay it forward.
And it's funny, you go into teaching to tell them or make a difference in their lives, but right now they're the ones that really made a big difference, helping me get whatever I could.
Still ahead, a Pittsburgh State wide receiver earns a shot to play in the NFL with his hometown team. And the Missouri Southern softball team prepares for a big challenge in the opening round of the MIAA tournament. Jacob Leonard's got that and more next.
Pittsburgh State wide receiver Jaylen Martin has earned his shot in the NFL. Now, Martin has been invited to rookie minicamp for his hometown Detroit Lions. And Martin played one full season at Pittsburgh State, played all 11 games last fall, racking up 832 yards and 5 touchdowns, earning second-team All-MIAA recognition. Now, after not hearing his name in the draft over the weekend, Martin is ready to get to camp and show that he deserves a spot on the field on Sundays.
I feel like I'm walking in there with everything to prove. I'm walking there like I belong there for starters, because that's just the mindset that I have. And ultimately, I just want to continue to let everybody know who Jaylen Martin is. I've only had one full season and 4 games to really prove to myself and to prove to the people who've always believed in me that, I can do whatever I want to do as long as I stick to my basic fundamentals of hunger, grit, work ethic, and having a great support system. So I'm walking in there with everything to prove.
The Joplin Eagles have just 1 week left in the baseball regular season. That's a busy week with 5 games on the schedule between now and next Tuesday. The first of those is tonight, facing Carl Junction. First batter of the game, Kyler Perry, pitching for CJ. Gets the strikeout there. Joplin, though, gets 2 in the inning. Then they would break the game wide open in the second. Second inning here, Ethan Guilford shoots it back up the middle. That brings Bodie Carlson home from second. Then later in the inning, first and third for Justin McReynolds. Just a laser here in the gap in right center, all the way to the wall. Byler Reether scores. Ethan Guilford comes around all the way from first. McReynolds in there for the triple. 8 runs in the first 2 innings for Joplin tonight. Eagles roll by Carl Junction 9-2. Staying in southwest Missouri, big one here in the Big 8. McDonald County faces Nevada this evening, with the winner earning the Big 8 West title. That was a good one, but the Mustangs win it 2-0, so McDonald County wins the Big 8 West. They'll play for the overall Big 8 league title. Missouri Southern Lions are back in the MIAA softball tournament. The Lions are the 6th seed in the bracket and will open the tournament against Rogers State on Thursday. Now, Rogers State one of the best teams in the nation. The Hillcats head into the tournament ranked 6th in the country. They swept Missouri Southern in the regular season 1-0 and 6-3. The Lions, though, ready for another shot at them and are embracing the underdog mentality.
I always view us as the underdogs, so I like it. We could be the 8 going into the 1. I don't care. I view us always as the underdog. Having last year's that experience going to Oklahoma City, playing there, getting that under our belt, I'm really hoping that pays off this week.
We got a good chance to see their pitcher and see what we need to do better at the plate to have a better approach against her. And I think we threw really well against them, had a great defense, and I think we just need to pick it up on the offensive side and we'll be good.
The Kansas City Royals and St. Louis Cardinals are scheduled to meet 4 times this season. They've already played twice, with the Cardinals winning both of them in St. Louis. Now the series shifts to Kansas City now. Cards and Royals meet at Kauffman Stadium. Game 1 is tonight. Bobby Witt Jr., first career home run this evening for Kansas City. The Royals lead it all the way through to win 7-1. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
We take this time now to honor one of our many four-state heroes. William Pickle Jr. served in the Army in Iraq and Kuwait. His hometown, Baxter Springs. And we're proud to recognize William Pickle Jr., tonight's four-state hero. Well, check this out. Baseball legend Jackie Robinson's All-Star Game bat sold for $1 million in an auction. Golden Auctions announced the sale of the 1949 bat, which came directly from Rachel Robinson, Jackie's widow. The sale was not an all-time record. The bat Babe Ruth used to hit his first home run for the Yankees sold for $1.2 million. It is one heck of an expensive bat. We were using a yardstick as a bat earlier this evening. I don't know that it would necessarily sell for $1 million, but that's a pricey.
Chris Warner did use it, so
that is true.
It's got to have some value.
It's worth at least $5. Forecast is worth more than $5.
Yeah, lost my train of thought there, but let me reorient myself here. Rain chances tomorrow and Thursday. Alert days for some potential severe threats will be mild for both days. You can get all the details on how the next few days will unfold with the updated blog very soon on KOAMNewsNow.com.
All right, Nate, thank you. That is our time for now. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Morning shows at 5 a.m. Thanks for making us part of your night.